Well, hey there, and welcome to Meaningful Moments with May. And this is a space to pause, breathe, and connect with what's real within us and all around us. No pressure, no perfection, just honest reflections, gentle reminders, and a little soul along the way. And I am your hostess, Mai Calev, and I am so happy and grateful to have you join me today. Today's episode is about the importance of self-love in attracting abundance. But before we begin, if you live in the United States or anywhere that celebrates Thanksgiving, I want to wish you and yours a happy Thanksgiving because it's just around the corner. For me, every day is Thanksgiving. And I hope that as you join me on these meaningful moments, you too will fill your life with gratitude. Not just one day, but every day. You see, there was a time in my life when I thought abundance was something I had to earn, to chase, that I had to work harder, do more, be more, just to be worthy of it. I found myself constantly chasing after it. I thought if I could just check all the boxes, abundance would finally arrive like a reward at the finish line. But one quiet morning, in a moment I will never forget, I realized something powerful. Abundance doesn't come to those who hustle the hardest. Trust me, because if it did, I would have had it and then some. I have hustled with the best of them. Those of you who know me personally know this to be true. I was the perfectionist, the one who worked harder, not smarter. I had the belief that I had to sacrifice hours, time, and energy to create an abundant life. On some levels, it worked, but not really where it mattered and how I envisioned abundance. You see, the truth about abundance is that it flows to those who believe they're worthy of it. I've covered this before. And that belief begins with self-love. So I want to share with you the moment I realized I was blocking my own abundance. I remember sitting alone with my journal, frustrated, tired, wondering why things weren't flowing the way I had hoped or thought I deserved. I had the drive and the hustle. I had the vision board, the affirmations, and all the goals. But deep down inside, there was this quiet, heavy belief whispering, I don't deserve it. It wasn't obvious to me in that moment until I kept digging deeper and deeper. That day, I asked myself a question I had never asked before. What if the only thing standing between me and abundance is the way I see myself? You see, one thing is for certain, friends, like death and taxes, that is, you will never be able to outperform your own self-image. That hit me like a ton of bricks. I was waiting for external validation to permit me to receive. But real abundance doesn't need permission. It needs alignment. And that alignment begins with love, self-love. And that's because self-love shifts your energy. The moment I began to nurture self-love, not perfection, not performance, but simple, honest love for who I was, everything that I had overcome up to that turning point in my life, everything began to shift. Self-love is more than a feel-good idea. It's an energy. Let's face it, everything is energy. And like energy attracts like energy. When you see yourself as enough, the world mirrors that back to you. Opportunities show up. People respond differently. Doors you thought were locked quietly swing open. It wasn't that the abundance suddenly appeared. It was that I was finally able to receive it. I was allowing myself. And I want to share a little bit about what lack of self-love can look like. You see, before that shift, I didn't even realize how I was blocking my own energy and flow. And it can show up in automation, autopilot. without us even knowing it's there. I said yes when I meant no. I undervalued my gifts. I overworked to earn rest. I settled for less than I desired because I didn't believe I deserved more. And that's what lack of self-love does. It convinces you to build walls instead of opening doors. And most of the time we do it without even realizing it. And abundance can't flow through a wall. Imagine what the world would look like if everyone loved themselves more. Not arrogance or ego, just pure self-love. You see, when you choose self-love, you're choosing abundance. When I started to practice self-love daily, gently, imperfectly, things began to change. Not outwardly at first, but where it really mattered most, on the inside. I spoke to myself kindly. I stopped apologizing for just existing. I celebrated the small wins. I set boundaries that honored my time, my space, and my energy. And little by little, life began to respond to this new energy. All the molecules were lining up. Self-love wasn't healing me. It wasn't just healing me. It was healing me from the inside out, but it was also magnetizing everything I'd been chasing. So I have a simple invitation for you. If abundance feels far away, maybe it's not because it's not meant for you. Maybe it's because it's waiting for you to turn inward first, to love yourself so deeply that receiving becomes natural. So today, I want to leave you with a gentle invitation. Look at yourself in the mirror, eye to eye, and say, I am worthy of abundance, just as I am. I am worthy of abundance, just as I am. Do one loving thing for yourself today, no matter how small. Choose to treat yourself as someone who matters, because you do. When you do, watch the universe conspire to meet the energy of your worth. Thank you for sharing this meaningful moment with me. If this episode resonated, share it with someone who might need this reminder too. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next, where I'm going to be breaking the myth that money is not the only source of abundance. And remember, abundance begins within, and it begins with gentle, kind, healthy self-love. Bye for now.